Ma'am, I served this country for 15 years, and now you're firing me for that. The courtroom went completely silent. Everyone's eyes turned toward Jake Miller, a decorated U.S. Army veteran who had dedicated half his life to serving his nation. Sitting across from him was Karen Blake, the corporate attorney for the airline that had just destroyed his career over a false accusation. The same woman who had humiliated him in front of his coworkers, calling him a liar and claiming he abused his military privileges. After leaving active duty, Jake joined a commercial airline as a flight operations officer. He was known for his discipline, leadership, and loyalty, until the day he requested 2 weeks of military reserve training leave. Karen, who had just joined the company, accused him of forging documents and lying about his service to get paid time off. Without even checking the paperwork, she fired him on the spot and had security escort him out. Her final words were cold. "You're not in the Army anymore, soldier. Learn how the real world works." Jake could have walked away quietly, but soldiers don't back down that easily. Instead, he hired an attorney and took the airline to court. When the hearing began, Karen strutted in confidently, armed with binders full of evidence. She smirked as she told the judge that Jake fabricated his military leave orders. But when it was Jake's turn, he stood tall, calm, and collected. From his folder, he pulled out his official military deployment orders, stamped and signed by the Department of Defense, proving his leave was fully protected under the USERRA law, which safeguards the jobs of service members called to duty. The courtroom atmosphere changed instantly. The judge leaned forward and asked the airline attorney, "You fired a veteran for serving his country?" Karen froze. Her confident smile disappeared. The room filled with whispers. The judge didn't hold back. She called the airline's behavior not just illegal, but disgraceful. Within minutes, the verdict was clear. Jake Miller was to be reinstated, fully compensated for his lost wages, and given a public apology from the airline. As Jake walked out of the courthouse, reporters surrounded him, asking what message he wanted to send to the company that wronged him. Jake smiled slightly, adjusted his veteran's pin, and said, "Next time you go after a soldier, make sure you know the law first." And with that, he walked away, not just as a man who won a case, but as a soldier who proved that honor, integrity, and truth will always stand taller than arrogance and greed.